So yeah, if you do that on a regular basis, streaming or doing a live panel for essentially 45 minutes because they want you to finish and it takes a couple of minutes to start and it's not a true hour, it's about 45 minutes of real time. It yeah, it can feel very short. So those two things conspire to kind of throw me off a little bit, but I mean I still had a good time. It just I don't know if it was my best panel. And I'm like, why is that? And I think it's because usually like San Diego, I have interviews and I have panels, but and those go all day long. But again, the interviews, they're asking more complex questions. You're having longer interactions. You're the part of the brain that comes up with complex answers and thoughts is pretty engaged. As much as you're kind of working off sharing a lot of the same information, you're still kind of doing it in a multitude of ways. With meet and greets, it's just a more because what is it about spoilers? Well, it sets up expectations or it ruins expectations. You're basically creating the expectation that it's a bad movie, or if it's really like, oh, it's awesome, it's this expectation that I should like it too, and it creates a prejudgment that can ruin sort of the awe and discovery of an amazing motion picture. You go like, oh, this is great. It's getting even better. And da 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 da. Anyway, and I thought someone would ask about it actually at my panel, so I could kind of riff off of it in front of a live audience, but no one did, and I didn't bring it up. Well, to Friday night, my wife and I and Lucas were guests of Rob Liefeld and his wife. Rob was hosting a bunch of screenings at a local movie theater. The, you know, uh, like myself, a former Image founder, comic book artist, creator. He's got a lot going on in his career. And so, yeah. And my review is, next to Rob was really cool too, because he kind of, and so I got all sorts of little bits of trivia and behind the scenes info, which was really cool. Let me just say one thing about Rob, and he gets, he's been through a lot in his long storied career, and all I can say is, if you don't like a creator's work, more power to you. That's your right, and that could be anyone. That could be my work. That could be anyone, any other creator's work. I mean, that's we all have our favorites. Likes his family to see that that level of success and acceptance, and it's pretty cool. And so all I say is, it's odd to me that people bag on any other comic book professionals or movies. Publishing is a challenge business in and of itself. We all recognize that comics are sort of the source material for all these great games and movies and TV shows. So we should be so supportive, honestly, and thankful and appreciative that members of our community are finding success beyond our sort of limited business, and with the hopes and belief that others can achieve the same. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents. So anyway, the movie was, spoiler alert, you can mute your mic now. There'll be no real spoilers, but I'll tell you what I thought. If I think I've already done it, it was a lot of fun. And, if you love the first one, you'll love the second one. And I thought Domino really, I mean, Josh Brolin looked yoked, and but I thought Domino especially, which was a character that didn't really resonate for me, as a reader. Really, I thought just, the actor that played her, the way they portrayed the powers and kind of goofed on at the same time, which is, always a conversation. It's exactly the same conversation we had as creators with our editors. Like, oh, can we add a sort of physical element to these powers so that they have something that can throw or hold or smack? I mean, it's how do you draw luck? How do you draw that power? Anyway, so I thought it was funny that they basically acknowledged that. No, it's the Avatar ride, dude. Oh my God, please, please. All right. Someone told me I had breakfast with someone on the other day, and he was kind of giving me some suggestions of what to do at the park because I hadn't been here in about 3 years. But the new Avatar ride, he's like, it's worth the price of admission, and he was right. That was amazing, and it made me wish to live long enough to the point where give me the blow by blow on stream. It's hard. It's going quickly tonight.
Did you watch Call Me by Your Name?
Call Me by Your Name?
Yeah.
I did not. My wife's not really into horror movies, and so I don't see a lot of those. I'm fine with it, but she's, finds movies like Deadpool to be very like crazy, scary. She like jumps out of her chair. Anyway, so yeah, trying to think.
Deadpool's scary.
Way you can prove that we are not in the simulation. And if you think about it, I think we are. How could you prove me wrong? You know? Part of the theme park that's going to open up next summer. I know nothing about the park other than literally I found out today that it's going to open next summer. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready for, you know, whatever VR experience they have there. CD, but there are certain things I do probably overthink, and one of them is germs. Yeah, somehow I think like germs can like jump through and do that kind of stuff, and it doesn't help when they keep putting out all these articles about those hand blower things, right? It's just look, humans are gross, particularly men. It's so disappointing to me. I'm just doing it because
I'm bored.
I'm bored. That's a mere exercise. That I'm so responsible.
Totally didn't practice for me.
I might have a resting face of boredom and I don't even know the word I'm looking for. Inarticulateness. But I'm jumping for joy inside as I put each line down, and I basically create form out of mere paper and pen that delight your conceptual centers
I had to look up
and create the illusion of figures, huh? That bring life to a me while I'm drawing. You gotta go like, yeah, it's true. Yeah, Crispy, you know what to do. Sometimes the right decision and the the right decision and the hard decision are the same.
and war is going on.
Isn't that a song? Anyway, okay, so all right, I'm gonna draw this, but meanwhile, we're gonna talk about what else I'm gonna draw. This is just like kind of a warm up, just kind of drawing because people don't like. I already screwed it up. Look at this. That guy's comment rattled me. Going like, am I soulless? Am I just going through the motions? Am I just drawing something I've drawn a million times? Am I singing Don't Stop Believing and I'm the band Journey? And this is the 127th stop in a 3-year tour? Have I been touring for 30 years, playing the same golden hits at every stop? Maybe you guys are just going through the motions as fans. This is just convenient for you. You're not really figuring out what you like. You're just going to your comfort food, your comfort characters. You're not encouraging me to draw in a cubist style. You want to see your favorite characters, whether it's Rom or Talon or Goku. I'm turning on the stream. Have tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the nightly stream after an all-day session at a Comic-Con in a hotel. Yes, all the neurons are basically realigning themselves into new patterns, firing off random statements and thoughts. People have seen it before. It's a well-known phenomenon. Yeah. There's all right, here's a serious thought, and I have thought about this. And it kind of pertains to this whole, like, going through the motions thing. I do think sometimes, like, will there come a point where people are just kind of bored of seeing the same thing? And I'm going to say the same thing. It's like, okay, they've seen me draw Batman a lot of times. They've seen me draw Wolverine a lot of times. They've seen me draw these characters a lot of times. At some point, they'll just go like, you know what? I'm really into seeing this. When I did Goku, and I don't mean to take Goku's name in vain, what's interesting about that is I got a lot of likes for that. I felt like, I was not really. If I had, he's young. He'll pick it up. Congrats to your brother, by the way. I saw your Instagram post, Clayton. Is that the same brother that came and kind of trolled you in this stream a while ago?
Yeah.
He's got his denture. This is Old Man Logan, and he's got. Don't worry. I'll fix it all. Whippersnappers.
Whippersnappers?
Yeah. I don't know what that means. That's right. But the one thing that drawing Goku and Kratos and it just shows you that there's more to life than just Batman. There's more to life than just superheroes. That there are some very popular characters, and we should show them some love. Why not? Because at the end of the day, if you want to grow this stream, and you're on primarily a gaming platform, gee, it would have been nice in my initial business development, my business model, a power deck presentation that I created to launch this, that I put in draw video game characters to draw in people that don't normally read comics. Should have had that in there. That would have been genius. But instead, I wrote, eat tacos late at night, hope and pray that people will find that amusing and continue to support the stream with subscriptions. So, yeah, I should do that too. I did do those WoW characters early on. No, not WoW characters. Sorry. Overwatch. I've drawn.
Wow.
I have drawn WoW characters.
But why
I did a bunch of covers and trading cards.
That was back in like BC though, Burning Crusade, right?
Excuse me?
You did those art back in like Burning Crusade though.
Was it Burning Crusade? It might have been.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Unless you did it in Wrath too.
I can't quite remember. No, remember in a big way. I noticed that there were a lot of artists here. There's not a lot of media, like you don't have like the whole cast of some show here. And so there's greater representation of comic book artists. And the show was huge. And I think they had like 100,000 people. So it bodes well. It bodes well. Shows that are elective shows. By elective, I mean that I choose to go to them, as opposed to like shows like San Diego or New York Comic Con, which are a big, vital part of our business. Where I have to go for business reasons. I still enjoy going because the Comic Con was my first real Comic Con, and it's unlike any other show in the world, really. But I'm there every year, right? And but these other shows, I don't want to overdo my welcome. No, there was something about like I don't know. the naivete of certain people, it can kind of get to you. That's all I'll say. And
Well,
you know, I would say as a professional artist, you're definitely drawing at times and on days that you don't want to because you have other stuff or you're just tired or whatever you're. It's Christmas. I've drawn on Christmas. I've drawn on Thanksgiving. So you might as well just get cut to the chase and see if you have what it takes to just do that and just kind of draw crazily and see if that will definitely help you get better, but also kind of show you whether or kind of test your abilities to take on those challenges. But I'll tell you also that that approach may be a very dated thing. It might be my generation kind of thing. Not saying that the later generations aren't as hardworking.
with the technology we have now.
Yeah, I would have broken into the business a lot sooner, and I would have gotten better faster than I did the way I did it,
When
for
the
sure.
comics were like just peaking.
I would have gone online and bugged the crap out of John Byrne and said like, "Hey, what's the secret? Why, you know, how do I prevent, you know, my
Sadness.
my sadness? No, how do I do this? You know, no, I just
Tell those
here's a happy shoulder line. Oh, and it's getting a little smelly. It's getting a little smelly, smellier. Coming back out. Oh, now it's happy again. It's happy.
Yeah,
It's
I guess
I wanna go home.
no, I say dated. This whole notion of working your butt off to achieve your goals is something I talk about a lot. But then I'm like going, do people even want to hear this today? Do they even believe this to be? Can I tell you, if I were a kid today and I was a really good video game player, oh my God.
I'm okay.
Huh?
I said I'm okay.
I feel like I could have gone pro.
You could have gone pro?
Yeah.
What kid doesn't feel like
the
they could have
best
gone
thing,
pro?
though, in Hearthstone, I was
Oh yeah.
6% in the world
Yeah.
for Hearthstone.
Yeah, but don't you feel like you have to be 0.1% to go pro? Don't
No,
you?
for League, you can actually get a college internship for Irvine if you reach platinum, which is like 0.8%.
Yeah, girls.
Sienna was platinum, wasn't she?
I don't know.
I think she was.
But you have to be like.
She was platinum in Korea. That's
Yeah.
hardcore.
But I think you have to be platinum NA though.
I will say this though. It's not just about you got a what? What'd you say?
What?
Sorry.
True.
You have to have a clue?
No, true.
True. Got it. Thank you. It's hard to hear with these headphones on.
Networking. You have to have.
Too late. By the time you grow up, there will be no such thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how old
Maybe
you
it-
are. Right? That's like me saying I want to create an app that allows people to connect with each other and share pictures of their lives and what they're doing today and what they're going to eat and pictures of their cats and yeah. Too late. It's been created already.
However,
If you're growing up, you got to think about what you have to be like the people that you give up, you don't deserve to make it.
yeah, you never wanted it in the first place.
That's right. That's right. You didn't want it in the first place.
That's like when Jim told you not to eat your food, Mason. Or like
That's right. That's right.
That's when you.
I did.
And this is, you know, look, I'll tell you, this is the hardest part about parenting is you don't want to, well, maybe I shouldn't share this with the kids around, give them insight to my strategies.
Just do it.
You don't want to give them motivation.
You don't want to, it is a proven fact that if you make life too easy for your kids, they will not be successful.
True.
I would say 95% of the time, if you make it too easy for your kids, they basically grow up to be bums. You aren't my son, or you know, you aren't my kid, or you know, that super tough love.
It's good
That
for the blood.
it's good up to a certain point.
But you,
That can't help themselves anyway. It's not like they're going up. I don't know. So, taking that and applying it to artists that you meet, I mean, how much you gotta have some positivity, but it can't be all positive, right? Gotta have some real talk in there, but too much real talk might just, I don't know. I definitely got my work ethic from my parents,
Jim.
but in terms of what I want to do with my life, I did not get from them at all. But
I was about to just ask that if they agreed with you wanting to be an artist.
did they what?
I was gonna ask you if your parents agreed
You
with
already
the
explained
idea.
they did
If,
it.
yeah, I know. I said I was gonna ask that.
No.
You explained this in this.
That's why you guys always have, if we ever say anything like that, you know, it's not something that happens all the time. Well, it happened that it's a problem. You know, it's like, you know, it's flattering, but you can usually tell
Ooh.
what.
Oops.
What did you say, Victor? I can't. Sorry, I missed. I feel like I'm missing out on some conversation. No, I don't think so. Happens.
Probably when you're at
Why did
cons
you
the
message
most.
me that?
Well, yeah, at cons, I find that if there's a long line,
Either way.
look, completely different culture, different time period. So the generational gap and a culture gap. You come to America, put me into American schools. I mean, what do you?
Hey,
I
that's
believe
all
Jim
I
Shooter was 13 when he started writing for DC Comics. He didn't tell them how old he was, and he was basically sending in scripts to the mail, and he was getting work while he was in high school. I want to say maybe he was a little bit older, 16, 17.
Wait, J. Scott Campbell, 17?
J. Scott Campbell was 19 when I hired him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why? So young.
I took him to, well, we did a lot of firsts together, for him at least. I don't want to self-incriminate, plead the fifth. But I think Art Adams was 16 when he broke in. When they hired him to do Long Shot, he might have been 17 or 18 when it actually came out, but he was young. And that kid was, you know, you look back on the stuff, like very, very talented at a young age. Dream job would have been to be a Major League Baseball player or a rock musician. Yeah, why not? Hey, if you're saying I could achieve success in anything else, what am I gonna say?
Can you, do you
What am I
think
gonna
you can
put?
actually work
Like,
hard to become musically talented though?
huh?
I feel like music's different.
Music is different?
And like you can't really work hard to be like
What do you mean you can't work hard
a
to?
virtuoso.
Oh my God! Do you know how long musicians? I mean, this is my traveling setup. I have a headphone set on, and which has a little mic on it. So now I feel like, oh, now it's better. So maybe I should go back to the headset so that you guys have better audio fidelity. Just drawing Wolverine here. In case you haven't noticed who this character is.
You want anything, Jim?
Oh yeah, hold on. Room service. Look at this menu here. Here, I know what I'll do. Look what I want. A little trickier than I thought.
Get the chicken nugget.
Kids meal? Wait, dessert? I don't want dessert for sure. Children's menu. I'm thinking. PB&J. I'm very particular about
Free
it.
range calf chicken.
What? I'm looking at chicken fingers, grilled steak, kid spaghetti. What do I want? I do know I want something. $5 for lemonade? Were they crazy?
$6 for chocolate milk.
What? Dude, let's get Uber and go to 7-Eleven. We can get this for a fraction of the price. Children's menu, children's menu. I don't know what I want to do. Oops. Okay, you know what? Jerry Ordway broke in later, late 30s. I thought I had read that somewhere. I'm not 100% sure, but if you Google that stuff, you can find it. Right.
Is it even possible?
Oh, Fort Minor? My friend Mike Shinoda? All right. I knew that. I'm sure I did. I don't know. Oh, look, inking. I'm inking hair. Now I'm scrolling and reading chat and inking hair. 5% pleasure though. Remember the name. Got it. Got it. Thank you. I will download that. Well, I won't download that song. I'll listen to it on Spotify. Happy now? Okay. Old man Lee. Yeah, let's get to the point. I was telling my kids, like, hey, I've got this family membership on iTunes. You guys can share it with me. And they're like, they look at me like I was speaking a foreign language. They're like,
I used
no
to.
one uses iTunes. What are you, nuts? And I'm like,
True though. Everyone uses Spotify.
everyone uses Spotify. And I'm like,
iTunes is
there's
only-
pride in ownership, dude. My music defines me. Look, there's another phrase that no one uses ever, even back when it was,
Kirihiko's on.
hey, Kirihiko. Kirihiko in the house. Good morning, Kirihiko. I should Postmates Taco Bell. Let's see, what else are people saying here? The kids menu is the bomb. Oh boy. Tell me if I'm inking something I shouldn't be inking. I'm just doing little bits of parallel lines. All right. Don't forget my milk. I'm a little lactose intolerant. Not really, but they say Asians are. And it's bad, the cholesterol or something like that. Jerry Ordway from Law and Order? No.
Yeah, there's no Postmates here, Jim.
Just no Postmates in Orlando.
Yeah, let's see.
However, there was this app that you could use in Texas. Maybe.
I wouldn't say that I'm I'm friendly with Mike Shinoda. You have to be careful, you know. How do you define friend? I mean, I think I'm friends with Joe Hahn. And I've met Mike several times through Joe. And Mike is a really nice guy. He's a great guy. Also a comic book fan. Also a former art student. Super nice guy. Very talented, too. Kirihiko, run away while you still can, says Spider-Man 1963. Kirihiko is the bravest mod of the bunch. Let me just tell you that you're not a mod, you're a family member.
Okay, fine.
What about Crispy?
Crispy's a mod.
Crispy is insert exclamation point. Who is crispy?
Yeah. Exclamation point, who is Crispy? That's no. I think a bunch of us are gonna go see this Frank Miller signing at Torpedo Comics. If any of you, this is a bit of a side. If any of you guys are planning on going to Torpedo Comics at the end of June, I think PK, Poop Kid, Ren, and Crispy and myself are gonna be there, just roasting each other live in person. Lincoln Park was a big part of my 2003 overseas experience, and so I'll explain. He dishes out as good as he gets.
Mason, what are you saying?
Quite.
I feel sufficiently warmed up. I should just stop doing this.
But you've already gone so far in.
Yeah, it was pretty heart-wrenching when Chester passed away. But when I went to Italy in 2003, traveled very light. I think this is just the start of iTunes, so there wasn't a way to just sort of take your music library with you unless you created playlists. And I brought 3 CDs with me. That's it. And I lived off 3 music CDs or 3 compact discs for many, many months until I started buying music in Italy. And those albums were Hybrid Theory, Linkin Park, Toxicity by System of a Down, and the last one was Mitch Hedberg. I forgot the Performs. And I basically listened to those over and over again as I worked. And then eventually I got consumed with trying to learn Italian. So I didn't listen to more music by buying compact discs. iTunes kind of came into the scene, and I just started downloading music. And then buying movies, Italian movies, so I can watch the ones, my favorite movies in Italian. So I watched Wrath of Khan in Italian over and over and over again as I drew. And because I knew what was on the screen, I would just listen to the translation. And the translations are different a lot of times from what you think they are, the way they translate it. It's not exactly. Anyway, it's a big partisan fighting song, so I memorized that song. Bella ciao, bella ciao. I can't remember the words. It's been 15 years. What, read chat and draw?
I mean, it's mainly just reading.
I have no idea.
Don't you know?
I think it means like I think it's like the combo number. All right. Io vado, tu vai, lui va, noi andiamo. I hope I'm doing this right. Yeah. Why do blisters
I
happen?
have a blister too. I have 2. A small one and a big one.
You know what? Maybe my work was very influential for Capcom versus Marvel. I don't know.
Maybe it was.
Times I do realize that actually, the physiques were very balloony. So I look at you look at Cyclops on. So you're blind to your own kind of style sometimes. I look at Cyclops and the way he's drawn on the new X-Men #1, that gatefold cover. Silhouette. I can hide the silhouette. I noticed it even on Batman Hush. I was like, and if you pull off those 2 covers and compare the 2, you'll see that Superman's a lot more. I mean, it's like the guy definitely didn't miss chest arm day, whatever. Or superhuman physique. You just can't see it. That's just the time. Look, I drew very long thighs, Some of that stuff is hard for me to look at. And so it's always odd when people go like, all right, that was your best stuff. Like you that from every era of work. So that's why I kind of, if I make a face when people ask me at a panel like, hey, what's your favorite thing you've drawn? It's usually because when I look back on the stuff I've drawn in the past, I see the mistakes. I don't see like what you guys see. I don't see what maybe imprinted a 15-year-old and made him fall in love with X-Men. And so I hope to participate into that stream or that part of Discord. So if you guys are aspiring artists and want to get feedback on your art, we'll make that happen. And the other thing I want to put on Discord is some art of mine that I probably won't put on Facebook. Let's pop in some shadows here.
I wanted to head. Because you were playing. Yeah. I literally just went to the next grass patch. Just getting this trainer out of the way. I found one of those. I didn't know if I should get it or not, so I didn't.
Everyone's pog champion your Wolverine.
What?
Everyone's pog champion your Wolverine.
No, I got one that fully healed Pokemon. And I'm
Wait.
Kind of like leaving that white there. Kind of turned out kind of cool.
I'm going to the next city because I need my Pokemon to have health. Okay, I lost my battle. I'm gonna have to start all the way back in the city. Clutch. The whole would annoy you.
Battles girl.
I know. Also.
All right.
Love all that. Slimy.
I'm in the next city. I am.
I'm waiting for you.
I know I am.
We'll just put some ink here.
Finish this city. We need to finish this mission. Just get out.
I'm feeling that Pokemon.
And kind of instantly adds some atmosphere. If you kind of know what you want to do with it, I guess. All right, so with this, kind of want to kind of want to do a diagonal kind of thing. As you can see from my labored breathing, you do have to kind of apply a little bit of physical force with it to kind of get the smudge effect that you want. So we're going to do, per Max's request, we'll do the Cloud Strife as a silent auction. The mods will give you information on this, how to do that. Just kind of whisper me kind of your best bid privately. Just write down, I guess, Cloud Strife away, and I'll just do a very quick headshot, which will be a giveaway for everyone in stream right after I do this. I want to thank continued support of this stream. I'd like to give them, well, let's be honest, I'd like to give Crispy a hard time, but, and Ren, Ren takes it, the roasting, he takes it to heart. He's like, no, see, I'm doing it again, I'll stop. Ren's an awesome guy. So, then we have Crispy and Kate and all the regulars that came in. We had a pretty full house, I think, for a Sunday stream. Luke and I were talking about it. Actually, East Coast is actually where I should live to stream. I'm going to move so I can stream better, because I can usually stream like late, like 10, 11 o'clock at night. That's like 7 or 8 in the East Coast, and it's like when people in Europe are waking up. It's pretty ideal. It's hard for me to stream at 7 or 8 Sunday night in LA. So, what does that mean? Well, it means that this Wolverine hopefully will go to a nice, lovely home in a little bit. Excuse me, if you're a sub 25 subscriber, I will ask, we will take the, we're not going to do it now, but we will take the stream into, what's it called, emote only. You would type in, that way only people that are the sub 25 can type something in. I don't know what I'm trying to say. What happens is the bats, B-A-T-S, and then this Batman head shows up. And that would be the key word, so that means that anyone that isn't at sub 25 can't type those words in, can't type that emote in. And so it's our kind of cheat of trying to get at people that only sub at the 25 level. All right, but before we do that, we'll do that one first. People can go ahead and send their silent bids in for the Cloud Strife. And very quick headshot of some character, and that will go to someone in chat of any sub or non-sub category. It's just really kind of my way of thanking people for tuning in and putting up with all the silly nonsense that goes into all these streams. So, that one didn't turn out so bad.